How you guys doing? Man, I'm excited about today. Tonight, this is going to be wonderful. And got Frankenstein here. I hung out with Sid and Marty Croft. I don't even know if people know who that is anymore, but HR Puff and stuff. They signed my poster, and it was incredible. Went to L.A. on Friday and came back for Easter for my kids. And I'll hand that to you. I don't want that to get all wrinkled up. And Sam Jones is our guest. Flash. Okay. Sam Jones, man, is one of my favorite people on the planet Earth. And he's Ted's friend right in the movie Ted. And once you get to know him, he's actually cooler than Flash. Okay. And then he handed me this. And that's from the movie. And it's signed. It's his Flash Gordon signed card. And I go, oh, thanks. Put it in my pocket. He goes, that's graded. It's about $1,000. You just take it. No, Sam, I didn't know. Thank you. He's sitting there listening to this and watching this. If you haven't seen Life After Flash, this is what we're going to be watching in my theater tonight here at Muller Manor. There's a Jason Glow. I think I'm saying it's Glow, Gloe, maybe. And he has been reaching out to me wanting to get a tour of Muller Manor. He is the winner of Muller Manor, and I may have the missus cook us dinner as well. How dangerous is that, having some creep that's been writing me on the internet over to my house? But that's what I'm going to do. I like this guy, and many of you have enjoyed the stuff that I've sent out, including the Misfit signed piece. I got that Danzig piece out to a friend and a fan. And I don't know if you can find the Billy Corgan picture, but Billy is a dear friend of mine. And I told him today this is his best work. It's solo. It's a solo record. It's not Smashing Pumpkins, but processional. And they're going to be going on tour. I know they're headed to, I don't know. Go online. Unfortunately, I'm going to be in New Orleans, but there's his lovely wife and his boy, who is just a great kid, Augustus. Sorry to bore you with that. If I've never said this before, Cuban cigars, they can kiss my ass. If you've never had the American cigar, everything about it is American. I think I have talked about it before. Is it J.C. Newman? Is that the guy? J.C. Newman Cigars, the American cigar. This is the finest cigar. This is from Barsom Manashian, who has sculpted many of the things you see behind me, including that Shatner. That's one of a kind. That's a life-size Mego Shatner head, one of a kind, crafted by Barsom, and he brought me this. I love the old Mego action figures, Creature in the Black Lagoon, and I knew Rico Browning and the other guy that played the Creature. This is the wedding I went to in Costa Rica. Had to take a week off, but it ended up with us in the pool. And man, I love those guys. Those are my brothers. I have these are the Mancow ice cubes made by Windy City Novelties. They were very popular. We used to have them at all of our parties, and I found a tray of them. I've got 10 of them, and I will send them to you. Put them in your cocktail glass, and the whole thing lights up. And I got 10 of them. And if you will direct message me the first 10, send me your address, send me your name and address, and I will mail one of these to you. Actually, Dewey will. Hey, it's Monday night. You hear me talking to my office. I think you know why. God. Unbelievable. I asked my wife if I was the only one. She said, yeah, the others were 8s and 9s. Anyway, the one time I do this once a week. I used to do it every day. Here, take all that stuff. Get it out of here. Okay. What else did I want to say? I got a lot to say. I wonder if I should go to Sam or, I don't know. I wonder if I should, what I should do. I really don't know. Oh yeah, we can do this. Let's do this. Highest inflation since 1981. Have you filled up your car? And of course, it has nothing to do with Biden. It's Trump. Have you seen the people on MSNBC trying to say it's Trump? Can you believe this horse shit? This is really hurting people. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, and in New York as well, on Easter, the buildings used to have crosses. We have forgotten Christ, and that is why we're losing our way. This was a country founded on Christ, and they say Judeo-Christian. Is it Judeo-Christian or was it Christian? No offense to anybody. I'm an Old Testament guy, Old and New Testament. The Mormons are something else that I don't understand, but I look at it like the trilogy of Star Wars. I have for a long time. And the first one's great. That's the Old Testament, right? A New Hope. The second one is the best. Empire Strikes Back. That's the New Testament. And then the Mormons get into Revenge of the Jedi. I can take it or leave it. It's an interesting book, but I don't believe it. Birthright Conference is coming up in May 6 and 7. I am going to be there with the lead singer of Journey. And it is something to look up. Timothy Alberino, if you're near Nashville on May 6th and 7th, it's going to be something else. Oh, by the way, I want to remind you, all you liberals, if you haven't gotten it, you got to get it. If you haven't gotten it, get the fourth one. If you're not dead yet, I want to remind you, get that fourth one. All of these people, they had this issue, they had that issue. They got it. And 2 weeks later, heart attack. Coincidence? Coincidence? Keep telling yourself that. Ben Shapiro, boy, I don't trust him. I never have. And I knew him when he was my lawyer. And I just don't trust him. So you do what you want to do when you listen to him, but I want you to know that I don't trust him. Chris Plant, who was here last week, that guy trust. Larry Elder is fantastic, which reminds me, I want to tell you a story about I fell in love with a man. Not in a gay way, not in a gay way. You know, speaking of the gay way, do you know there was God created man and woman, and then now there's like 100, 150, 2,000, whatever there is. Those are created by Democrats. Interesting. God created, tax day. Today is tax day. So I don't really go that way. But if you want to know what sodomy is, it's the IRS. If you want to know what it feels like to just... I was at a Gary Newman concert, and this guy said to me, no kissing. And he was over the top, feminine, and it was very funny to me. People are laughing because they know what I was laughing. Gary Newman, Cars, remember that? And I had this, can you close that door? No, can you close this door, Frankenstein? I don't want my wife and kids are out there. This is for adults, by the way. But no fingers, no fist, no fingers, no ass, no fingers, no ass. And I'm thinking, it's my fingers and my ass. How can she tell me that? It's a joke. Tax day. Yes. Now you know what it feels like to, or as Bill Gates calls it, Monday. You know that bastard doesn't pay any taxes. Biden's approval rating, 33%. 33. He was 10 years old in 1933. What is the fastest growing sport? Can you remember to make sure I answer that before the end of the show? Will you remember that? Okay. And don't look it up. What is the fastest growing? I said UFC or full contact fighting or whatever, and I was wrong. Okay. I have two 16-year-old daughters, and a teacher called up and said, I want you to know that we had an incident happen at school. This is New Trier. And someone called, I don't want to say which daughter. Someone called your daughter Sweetie. Very sincere teacher. Very nice. I have two daughters, twins. This horrible thing happened. Someone called my daughter Sweetie. So, what do you think I did? I said, ma'am, please don't call me Mr. Muller. I identify as Sweetie. The nonsense of it all. I read a book. If you read only one, I want to tell you something. If you read only one book this year, you're pathetic. I read a lot of books. I read a book a day. But I have time to do it. Yeah. One book a day. Look at that. One book a day. But if you read only one book, you should read some more, and maybe start with Atlas Shrugged. Maybe start there. And I was reading a young book, and he was a psychologist. And 80% of our communication, 80% is with our face. 80%. What do you think it does when they muzzle people up? What do you think it does? What do you think it does to babies when they can't see their mother? What do you think when you see someone alone in their car still, when you don't have to, with a muzzle on? What do you think of that? What do you think when you see the fluoride stare? These dummies. And I just can't believe what's happened. And my people, my white people, okay? I'm talking about white guys with tits, soy tits, walking 4 feet behind their wives in the grocery store. Oh, and this. Even if, it's usually when, and I talked about this last week, it's usually they have their phone. And now you see them, they just walk. I'm with Ukraine. Get it. You got to get the fourth one. I'm with Ukraine. Say gay. Say it. What has happened? And you look into their eyes and you see the fluoride stare. I went on a date last night, and tonight I'm going to pee on a grape. Okay. Yeah. Got in one Uber. And I went out to LA, and we're going to show some more pictures here. I went out to LA, and I'm asking questions, no answer. And I thought, very cute little girl. And I thought, wow, really rude. These kids, I tell you. And then I'm getting out of the car, and I see a sign that says, I'm deaf. Please forgive me, I'm deaf. And can you imagine? And she said, I read lips. So when I got in, she talked to me. She was very nice. When I got into the car, she talked to me. And can you imagine? This never occurred to me with these muzzles on. Can you imagine the hell that this girl went through? Can you imagine the hell this girl went through with everybody's faces covered when she's a lip reader? When you know what that did to deaf people? And today is Velociraptor Day. Oh, one other thing with the driver. Someone said to me, or a friend of mine or whatever, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. But someone said, I identify as they and them. How can you be plural? How can one person be plural? This one blows my mind. Please explain it to me. Direct message me. I don't see anybody yet explaining it to me. How can one person be plural? I identify as us and them, and me or a friend of mine or someone I know or heard of said, you just said I. You just said I. Huh? Velociraptor Day, or as I call it, CeeLo Day. Huh? Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, the lawyer testified and said they were both very abusive. You know who's abusive? Johnny Depp and his last 10 shitty movies. Roger Daltrey turning 78. 78 years old. Roger Daltrey. I hope I die before I get old. It's too late. It's too late, Roger. Too late. And what a miserable guy. And he can't sing anymore. And when I toured with David Cassidy, I was the opening act for David Cassidy from the Partridge Family. And he would goof up and then he would yell at his band. And I see this with some older singers that can't sing in the register where they used to sing. And Daltrey can't sing anymore. He's lost his voice. And he goofs up and he blames it on this friend of mine, Jason. Who is that? In United Center. It's a huge stadium. If you don't know, it's where the Blackhawks play. Okay. My favorite hockey team. Really my only team that I even give a crap about. And the Bulls play there. And this huge stadium. Who is that? This is on stage. Who's that smoking marijuana? By the way, it's legal now. It's legal in Chicago. Anyway, who's that? Who is that? Who is that? I can't sing because of him. One guy in the stadium. Bullshit. I never thought I would live to see Roger Daltrey of The Who turning in someone at a Who concert for smoking a J. And they're coming back. And I feel like, they when I was a baby, I'm talking 5 years old, they were retired. And anyone that's been a Who, they retire every year. They've retired since the 70s. And they're coming back to them like, The Who, I should see them. But why? The last 3 times I was bored out of my mind, and Daltrey it's sad. He can't sing anymore. Today at Disney, you can hug the characters again. You're allowed to hug the characters. Did you see the picture I put up with Superman wearing a mask at Universal? Superman's wearing a muzzle. I mean, are these commie libs something else? Disney theme parks, you can groom. It's grooming, right? Yeah, the kids, they groom the kids. They groom the kids. I told you, I don't know if it was affiliated with a company, but Disney groomers here locally. I sent my dog and it came back with a big butthole. They groom. I want to tell you about falling in love with a man, but not in a gay way. That's coming up. Did I ever tell you about the KOKO chimp? This is what I don't want Sam Jones to hear. But I worked at 1450 KOKO in Warrensburg, Missouri. And we would go out, and it was an overpass, and we had Dr. Demento records and Rick Dees and Shadow Stevens top 40, and we would throw the records at passing 18-wheelers that went by the radio station in the middle of Missouri, and we would shoot at trains as they went by. But I remember just hurling these hundreds of Dr. Demento records, My Hero, and these Rick Dees top 40 records, and the rock concerts, the rock line concerts with all the interviews, and then the 78s that had been at the radio station since the 30s. And you just go, what was I thinking? So I had you may have seen the pictures, and they actually did a story about me as I was getting started. And I'm talking 86, 87. No, maybe earlier than that, maybe 1984. And I had the KOKO chimp, and he lived with me. It was a chimpanzee, KOKO radio. And my real name's Eric Muller. I hate it, but I prefer Mancow right up there. But they would call me EM in the AM anyway. EM in the AM, Eric Muller, and then I did an oldie station. I was Holy Moley. That's embarrassing. Anyway, so I had the KOKO chimp, and he had a little hat, and we put him, and he had a little diaper. It was a chimpanzee, and striped suit and striped pants, and kind of looked like Dick Van Dyke in the Jolly Holiday video from Disney. And he lived with me, and I was, monkey see, monkey do. Anything I would do, he would do. Anything you can do, I can do better. So I had the KOKO chimp. He lived with me in Warrensburg, Missouri. And I was on this hot date, and I brought this girl back. And I told her at dinner at a place called Heroes about monkey see, monkey do. And we come in, and the first thing this monkey does is run into my bedroom. We follow, and the monkey gets some KY, smears it all over its backside, and goes, and I said, I don't know what that's all about. And she went, goodbye. So, yeah, you don't want to live with a chimpanzee. Saw a guy at an Obama voter. How do I explain what I'm talking about? Well, a Biden voter, you know, probably a BLM supporter, even though they're a godless, Americanless, family-attacking, horrible organization that they just stole every dime. Have you seen the amount of thievery going on with this organization? But you can't say that. You can't acknowledge the truth. Not in America anymore. But I saw a BLM supporter on his $1,000. What does a new iPhone cost? Checking his food stamp balance. How much? Over $1,000? Over $1,000 phone. Yo, checking his food stamp balance on his $1,000 phone and then bitching about America. Son of a bitch. It's unbelievable, the craziness in this country. Frankenstein, come say hi to the people. Come say hi to the people. Hey. Yeah, okay, there he is. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Don't forget to get your fourth. No, I need that back. This is for Sam Jones when he comes on. Sam Jones, Flash Gordon coming up. Don't forget to get your fourth jab. The government reminds you, if you're not dead yet, get your fourth jab. J-Lo and Ben Affleck are together again. That's a sequel nobody wanted. Talk about people that deserve each other. And remember this, regret equals the past, worry equals the future. All we have is right now. And right now I want to go to Sam Jones. But let's go through these pictures quickly. There you go. These two, boy, who would want to get behind that? The diseases that must have, that slut. There's Mike Starr. Do you know him from Ed Wood? And do you know him from Dumb and Dumber? He ate the pepper and died. One of my dearest friends. Hung out with him yesterday. Mike Starr, great American actor. Mad Dog and Glory. Now, he's thinner. He did the opposite of all of us during the plague, the fake, the pandemic. He went and exercised. I decided I'm going to eat Tostitos and Velveeta and Rotel tomatoes. Oh, that is, I hung out with the cast of Land of the Lost. Chaka was there. Ma and Pa were there, the Pacunis. And there's little Holly and Will and Holly, and they are just lovely people. And if you don't know what that is, I get it. But God, if you're my age, you get it and you love that show. Next, Sam Jones coming up. There's Marty Krofft from Sid and Marty Krofft, the Donnie Marie Show, DC Follies, which nobody watched. What's another big one? Donnie Marie, HR Puffin stuff, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. Oh God, it goes The Lost Saucer. It goes on all these shows that I love. Let's go to the next one. Shadoe Stevens. There's Shadoe Stevens next. Hung out with him 2 days ago. That's Johnny Whitaker. That's the little boy from Family Affair, which is on, I think, Antenna TV, maybe Me TV. And that's not Santa Claus. And he's a very cool guy. And he was the little boy that found the monster in Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. Okay, next. Okay, so I am flying to India. You may remember this guy from one of the Mission Impossible movies, and you may remember him from season 8 of maybe the greatest TV show of all time, 24. I am going to India, and I'm playing his younger brother in a movie. Have you ever seen this guy? Slumdog Millionaire, season 8 of 24, and he's in one of the Mission Impossible movies. Okay, anything else? Oh, there's the man, Billy Corgan. I was just telling you, I think Oli Gigi Gaga is his best album. He's on tour in like a few days. We're supposed to hang out, and I can't now because, okay, so here's who's coming up. I'm going to put on my, grab me that shirt because I'm going to do a costume change here. But go back. Look, the worst hair I ever had in my life. I was working at the Loop, trying to look like a rock and roller. There's Sam Jones. Thank you, Frankenstein. I'm going to do a costume change here. Next. I cannot, there, look at that stud. Look at him. He looks the same. Wait till you see this guy. Next. If you've never seen Flash Gordon, you need to show is any other pictures? Nothing else? Then let's start the intro. I'll do a costume change, and we'll bring on the star. If you don't have any more pictures, we'll just do it. I saw the emoji thing. You didn't do that? What about the emoji one? Can you a pregnant man? Uh-huh. Have you seen the one yet that men can get periods? What the? Okay, anything else? There was another one in there that you blew by. Anything else in there you want to play? These psychos are not compatible with human life. It's true. Remember, the god of the Satanists is the Baphomet or whatever, and it's transgender. It's a transgender. Dr. Franken Fauci says, yeah. You think you've won? You think we've won? We're not muzzled. We don't have to. It's not over yet. And I really think the dummy craps are going to lose everything. So get ready for plandemic, another phase, mysterious, just in time so we can't vote so they can steal another one. Can you play some phone scams with Thomas West? God, were those fun, huh? I used to phone scam. My name's Mancow Muller. I had a radio show for many years, #1 in Chicago for 20 years, and we used to phone scam this guy called Thomas West. He had a hair salon. I wonder if he's even still alive. How sick these people are. Dear God, Mancow. Anyway, if you want to message me, do it through Instagram. And I told you last week, the third in command at Yelp, I don't want to give his name away because I don't want him to get fired, but he said he's never seen anything like it. How deeply shadow banned I am. So please spread the word about this program, if you will. And Mancow, can you do it more than once a week? I'm really starting to head that way. I was with a guy named Mike Horn and Fred Dreyer. You had those pictures too, Fred Dreyer Fred Dreyer from Hunter. And they were really saying, come to LA. I had a guy made me a job offer to go to LA. I've got kids in school here in Chicago. But, and look, the WLS morning show is gone, and Q101, that intellectual property, I understand, is back. And they never had a host on Q101 that got ratings like me. But I really am done. And, I realize I have more past now than future, just mathematically. But it's Cal at Q101. Boy, that just came up. What do you think about Musk buying Twitter? Guys, I'm worried. I'm worried about Musk. I hope he's the real deal. I've been so heartbroken so often. I've seen so many politicians lie. I mean, George W. Bush got in and raised taxes and started a bunch of wars and was big government. He had control of everything. The House, the Senate, the Supreme Court. George W. Bush raised taxes and went to another bullshit rhino war. He campaigned on no taxes, no war, and we're going to bring God and prayer back to school. He did none of it, and he had control of everything. So I don't know. DeSantis, my friend Roger Trump has been going out against DeSantis, and we disagree strongly on this. But, he has talked a lot, but the kids still never were without a mask in Florida schools. I mean, talk that I like. I mean, are they really going to go after Disney? I met Stephen King's son. His name is Joe. I'm not joking. But he is. He is. Yeah. Chicken face? Someone who wants a chicken face? There you go. What else? Yeah, guys, I've come a long way to get offers in LA. Incredible. You know a guy named Phil Boyce? You ever heard of him in radio, or Dave Centrella? You ever hear those names? Anyway, my nearest neighbor is a half mile away in Suicide Falls, Missouri. I grew up on a small farm. And to be able to hang out with some of the people you just saw, and to be able to say that I have Sam Jones coming up, Flash Gordon himself, that he's a friend of mine, that we pray together and we're buddies, is something else. I had a job offer, and it would have fed the family. And get ready to start the show, Nudie. This is just BS. We're going to start the show here. But I got offered a job at a local farm, would have fed my family. They were going to pay me in vegetables. But I didn't like the celery, so I decided not to take it. Start the show. Let's do it. Come on. Let's start the show. Start it. Play the music. We're on right now, so keep talking. Whatever you want to do, baby. Okay, come on. Okay, how about this? How about this shirt, huh? For Flash Gordon, how cool is that? Sam, look how badass this guy is. Sam, how are you?
Fantastic. Well, I would love to have a shot at guessing the fastest growing #1 sports.
Yes.
I'm guessing it is gaming.
No.
Guys at home on their consoles, or even it's an actual sport in college now. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Someone just called Nudie a cuck, which is what I used to call my old producer. That's hilarious. I sat with the Fox News Channel people, and they said, "Hey, man, it's." I said, look at these commercials, look at these TV shows, look at the ratings on everything. Nobody's watching this shit. And they said, can I say the guy's name? I can say the guy's name. Mike Tobin, a reporter, and he goes, "Man, Cal, they don't care about any of that. All they care about is money." I said, "It's bullshit. I've seen. I was at MTV when they said this year we want to promote homosexuality. I wish I could remember the guy's name, Bob something. And then I was there a year later, and I happened to be at a big meeting at MTV, and they said we want all the mixed race couples, and they went, "Oh, they're ugly. They want the good-looking girls with the black guys." I don't know what the agenda is. I'm telling you, promote homosexuality. And then I went back a year later. Bob, what was his name? I went back a year later, and they said we want black and white people. We want hot white women and black guys grinding on each other in front of the camera. Push them up front. And I saw the research. I sat and saw 800 people listen to my show with knobs, and wow. They wanted rock and roll in Chicago. They didn't want yo bitch, this stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, folks, I ask you, when you get on Instagram and all this stuff, look at what they push on you. As I've said, it's the dumbest ghetto shit. It's urban shit.
Yeah.
And or it's hot Chinese women. And who's TikTok's right out of China. No, I'm serious. And they don't allow any of this in China. And so I saw the people of Chicago wanted talk, and they wanted rock and roll. This was a rock and roll city, and they didn't give a shit. And they listen to radio now, and they pushed it on us because it was agenda driven, and it's designed to make us stupid. Stupid people are easier to please. Here's your marijuana now. Here's your sports with all the athletes that hate your effing guts. You be a nice little good white boy with your tits and your soy body, you dummy. And go to school and let your kids be one of the 100 sexes. Let them be nothing. And Will Smith, who likes dudes, that's my opinion. And the wife who's no interest in whatever she's not interested. I'm making the same uncomfortable. And the kids are pansexual. I mean, look at what we're doing here. Look at what we're doing. And now I'm going to talk about falling in love with a man. It's coming up, but
Mancow.
Anyway, yes.
Answer the question. What is the number one fastest growing?
Well, I want to see if someone can get it. Get it.
Okay. So I'm not
Sam, big fan. Thank you. Thanks for the movie memories, and God bless you, bro. We're getting great notes in. Lots of people here. And then, of course, it replays over and over. There was a bunch of Trump flags in front of something yesterday, in front of Disney yesterday. Yes. And, 50% of all of Disney going forward, they're fighting for some sort of transsexual character or something. And the parents don't want that. I told you Barack Obama said that, white people care about kids' education, black people don't. I said to him, well, I didn't say bullshit, but I said, I think you're wrong. And they just feed us this. Did you ever see the interviews on the street where they ask black people if they have ID and they're insulted? Would you know where to get ID? Are you kidding? I drive a car. Of course I have ID.
Yes.
And these white liberals, well, they don't know how to get ID. Black people aren't smart enough to have ID and vote. You can't ask for them to have ID. It's all bullshit. It's so disgusting, isn't it? Isn't it so disgusting?
Yeah, it's crazy. We need to be the world is getting worse as we know it, but we as a people, we have to get better, and that's just a fact.
We need Flash Gordon, man.
Well, it's crazy the irony, the similarities between Flash Gordon and myself. I mean, it really, there's not much of a difference there.
Between you and Flash Gordon?
Well, no. I mean, because you have to remember, first of all, Flash Gordon is one of the very few superheroes who does not have superpowers. Mancow, he's just a guy. He's just a man.
Just a man, as the Queen song said.
He's just a man. And so what does that mean? That means anybody who knows his character, seen the movies, read the comic books, they understand, well, my gosh, if he can do it, then I can do it. So that's the different dynamic going on. And the other fact is that he and Buck Rogers sort of set the mold.
Did they just do that?
They were the mold and the model for we're talking about late 33 for Buck Rogers and early 1934 for Flash Gordon. They set the mold and the model for all the other superheroes.
I met Buster Crabbe as a kid. That was cool.
Yeah.
At some car show, I think 1977, the World of Wheels in Kansas City. Drove up from Suicide Falls. They announced Dumbledore from the Harry Potter movies as gay, and of course, not what the writer had in mind. Even George Takei, who is a friend of mine, said,
"Sure,
gay, but Sulu is not gay." He was upset that they made Sulu gay. The character was not gay.
Yeah.
But of course, we have to have that, and I don't care if it fits the story. It's fine with me. That's fine. So who do we hang out with? You and I hung out with John Wayne's son. You were very nice to introduce me to Patrick Wayne. How cool!
What a wonderful man, isn't he?
Yeah. And then you introduced me to people I had no idea who they were, but
John James, the star of Dynasty.
Dynasty, I never saw an episode.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the star, he and Jack Coleman, Joan Collins, and the Colbys, Dynasty and the Colbys, they had 60 million viewers in the 80s. 60 million.
Yeah. Do you know who Fred Dreyer is?
Of course. I did his show, Hunter.
Yeah. You were on Hunter?
Yes.
Yeah. So I had dinner with him the night before last, and what a stud he is.
Oh,
and Larry Elder was there, and you should have been there. How was the Easter for you? I know you had to take off. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. A lot of
Is that your house behind you?
Yes, that is. Yes.
And that's where I've been invited to spend Christmas?
Absolutely.
It's either your house or the Moody Blues, Justin Hayward in Monaco this year.
Right, yeah.
Your flight's cheaper.
But yeah, a lot of people forget, Easter. They think, the Easter egg hunt, the Easter bunny. But yeah, that's all part of it. We have 5 kids and 6 grandkids. We had it over here yesterday. But if you ask any of my grandkids, my kids or my grandkids, they would tell you Easter is about resurrection.
That's right, man.
Resurrection life, resurrection power. That's exactly what Easter is all about.
Drone racing, is that number 1? No. Dynasty came on after Dallas. D.D. McCall was hot. Have no idea who that is. I believe Mancow will be back in Chicago radio by July 2022. I started here July of 94. Guys, I'm not feeling it, but I do want to talk about a little bit. Sam, let Sam know that Shapiro and DW is on the verge of building a huge alternate broadcast programming, and he'd be a catalyst, a valuable resource. You know anything what this is? He as a voice actor, I would love to see Flash Gordon return with him as the voice. Boy, did they make Kevin Smith. Boy, did he turn He-Man to shit. Boy, did he turn.
Put that text back
woke bullshit.
I could take a photo of it. Ask Ralph to put that text back on the screen about Shapiro. I want to take a picture of the text, of the font, of the text that came up about DW and Shapiro. I want to take a picture of it.
Yeah, but who are they?
Well, if I take a picture of it, I'll have it, and I could do my due diligence, my investigative work.
I'll do a show with Danny Bonaducci. Oh God, I don't hate him, but no,
Yeah.
God, I'll never get to that point in my life. Easter is a pagan mating holiday. Mike, you see Mike Monahan, Nudie, please. I can't handle dipshits like this. Please, it's just it's satanic. It's devilish. So are you saying, who's to say, he's one of these people, who's to say that there isn't 100 sexes? Who's to say that I am, and we need more men to stand up, and it's just a bullshit, whenever we mention anything about God, man, I'm telling you, this internet, boy, man, the devil in people get stirred up. They may like Flash Gordon, they may like outrageous Mancow, but when they hear Jesus Christ, man, ooh, the devil in them, they can't help it. Oh, I'm so powerful with some fake bullshit name. Oh, block that piece of shit forever. I don't want him on the show. No, Sam, I'm telling you. And Easter's a pagan holiday. And, a swastika's a broken cross, so don't wear a cross. Shove it. I don't know when it happened. We don't know when it happened. I had a Greek guy tell me, you're going to hell because you celebrate Greek. We celebrate Greek Easter. You celebrate the wrong day. Go sit and spin, you piece of. We are supposed to know the day it happened. But the fact is this, it's a pagan holiday. Yes, let me tell you what we're celebrating. We're not celebrating a bullshit pagan holiday, okay? Sam Jones and I are celebrating Jesus Christ, which came down and was born through the Virgin Mary, lived, was crucified, and was put away and lived. Yeah. Mary wept. Peter betrayed him. Judas cut his throat. Hope was over. Death had won. Satan was laughing. The soldiers stabbed him and blood gushed out. They put him in a tomb. They rolled a rock in front of him and they went, we won. But Sunday came along. Sunday, Sunday. And Christ came back and he's coming back again. So go shove it. Go shove it. I'm not going to be polite. Oh, it's a pagan holiday. Oh, I'll show them. I'm so brave with my soy breasts and my fat pear-shaped body. I can just see the guy. What an out-of-shape piece of shit he is. Now, I can't take him on because I'm kind of a fat, out-of-shape piece of shit too. But I know Flash Gordon. Hit your ass.
Yeah, I'm an encourager no matter what. You know what happened to me a year and a half ago? I yelled at my news channel that represented my political party, screaming at the top of my lungs. And my wife looked at me and she said, "Oh, hatred hates no matter who you voted for." I said, "You're right, honey. I have been fasting." And you know this, Mancow. I've been fasting political news for a year and a half. And I know you can't and other people can't because you have to keep up with the current events. But
brother, I do this once a week. I don't watch it. I watch the first 5
men, cowards and spineless men. I thought, okay, I'm not going to do any good complaining. My job now is to pray. And really, this is how I feel about political parties. My prayer right now, I don't care what party you belong to, but my prayer, my wife's prayer is, God, put a man and a woman into office who means what they say and say what they mean with moral integrity. I don't care what party you represent, but you better, when you say something, you better back it and you better have some moral integrity behind that. That's really where I am right now.
Jesus is the reason for the season. No one's coming to save us. You're wrong. Will, you're an idiot too. But you know what, brother? I'm not a preacher. I'm not here to save you. And you have a choice. And you either go up or you go down. You either go to heaven or hell.
Yeah.
And Will, you're going to find out soon enough what a waste your life was. Your life meant nothing.
I love the old Proverbs, and you know that we've talked about the book of Proverbs, and I love it because being a Marine, people that don't know me, met me for the first time, that know nothing about me, they ask me, "Well, who are you? What do you do?" I said, "Well, I've been a Southern boy for 68 years. I've been a Christian and a Marine for 50 years. I've only been an actor for 45 years. Okay. So what is that? Why am I saying that? If you look at the book of Proverbs in the Old Testament, I love it because there's no gray area. Yeah. Here's what Proverbs says. It says, Mancow, Sam, if you make this choice today, you are a wise man. You're a wise person. Hey, Mancow, Sam, if you make this choice today, you are acting like a fool. This is what I love about
Sam, I got to apologize to Will. And it says, I can't judge you. God can, Will. But Will corrected himself and said, no, he's saying Jesus will save us, and no one on this planet will. Okay, I agree. Yeah. All right. We're good. We're good. Free speech.
Proverbs is a game changer because it cuts to the chase.
So would you recommend someone that's never read the New Testament of the Holy Bible read? And I love the other books I'm supposed to say are holy. The Abominations. Oh, this holy book. Yeah, it's shit. It's not holy to me. But Sam, where would you recommend somebody start if they've never read the Bible? Proverbs?
I would for the New Testament, you got to read John 1. John 1. It's real simple. In the beginning was the Word. Listen to this. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. Listen to this. All things were made through him, and without him, nothing was made that was made. That's the first chapter of John, okay? And now if you want to now take it back to what I talked about before, the Old Testament, Proverbs, there's no gray area, okay?
Hey, brother, is that Solomon? That King Solomon?
Pardon me?
Is that King Solomon?
Well, David, King David, and then, of course, his son, Solomon, where he was the greatest. You know why he became a trillionaire? Solomon, he became a trillionaire because he didn't ask for money. What did he ask for? It's what we all need to ask for. He asked for wisdom, wisdom on high. Isn't that amazing?
Pray for wisdom. I try to do that.
One of my favorite words in Proverbs is, listen to this, the plans of the heart come from man, but the answer of the tongue comes from God. So all these opinions, all my opinions, all your opinions, everybody's opinions, that's all nice and lovely and it's real good feelings. But guess what? It comes down to one thing. What does God have to say about what we have to say about man? What does God have to say?
Brian says wisdom. Ragamuffin says, we're not supposed to just sit around and wait on Jesus, which I agree. Get up off your ass. And, how do we expect all these things to be, fixed? Well, we're here. Yeah. We're his children and his people. So look, I try to help when I can help. And that's what I do.
Come on, and I love
had a 6-year-old bride.
Okay. I love the Rockets, man. That's the Rockets from Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon. Those are it, man.
I'm telling you, brother. Did you, Max von Sydow, who was also in The Exorcist, good guy?
Wonderful.
He played Ming.
Humble man. Humble.
And really. the winged guy with the
Brian
huge.
Blessed, man. He's my buddy over in England. Yeah.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
What else did he ever do that I would know?
On this show right now, if he was on this show with the three of us, you, believe it or not, I'm telling you, you would not get a word in. Okay, I'm telling you, and the man's 86.
Am I offending you?
Well, why would you be offending me? I don't get offended.
Well, I said some racy stuff.
I'm too old to get offended. That's the problem with life right now. We got to get over it.
Identify as
How can anybody get offended? There's a lot of people hurting. If somebody tries to offend you, don't take it personal. He or she is probably going through a tough time. And they just need a little hug. Sometimes if they're a little bit abrasive and aggressive, well, I like to hug the guys, but sometimes I like to hug them until I hear a few bones squeeze. Okay, that's all. Everybody needs a hug, man. Sometimes a little bit stronger.
I'm just hugging you, man. I just am hugging you. I
can't hear you.
I said I'm hugging you. Oh, thank you. Look at the people.
Look at Frank. Oh my gosh.
There he is. Okay. Okay, get out of here. Fire bad. All right, Sam. Who did Ted? The movie Ted?
Well,
Seth MacFarlane.
MacFarlane created it. Yes.
Did you like him?
He was great.
They put me on an episode of Family Guy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got mentioned twice on Family Guy, once on The Simpsons.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And Sam, you look fantastic. What is your but what is your is there a workout regime? Is there vitamin?
I kind of follow what my buddy Lou Ferrigno told me to do.
He's great.
He's 70, I'm 68. So come on, you got to give the guy a lot of credit for what he did.
Wow.
He came back at the age of 42 or 43. Not only to prove that a 300-pound man can compete, but also be top 10. Well, he got second place in the world at the age of 42, competing with 20-year-olds, and he weighed in competition at 320 pounds. So cut to now, right? He's 70, I'm 68.
Yes.
I said, Lou, and he and I work out a lot when I'm in LA or if he and I are traveling the world. And this is what he does. Okay. We walk into a gym, and the first thing he does is he goes to the manager. He said, look, we're not doing any autographs or selfies until Sam and I are done working out. So here's what we do. We have multiple stations. So what we do at the first station, every station is light weights, not too light, but light weights, absolute perfect form. And check this out. Here's the deal, Mancow. I'm going to keep it simple for you. Okay, look at it. All right. You're only resting between 5 and 10 seconds between sets. It's simple. So what's the point here? Get in and get out. This 1 hour, 2 hour deal. Yeah, if you're competing internationally or something for bodybuilding, but listen to me. And Lou also said, and I do this a lot. Please. If you don't have time to do your big cardio, an hour or 2 hours, do something, but don't do nothing. Okay. How about 12 minutes, Mancow? Everybody, how about 12 minutes? Pick up the dumbbells and don't put them down for 12 minutes. Perfect. Okay. I can't hear you. I lost your audio.
I think I just died and went to hell.
Well, keep it simple is what
I don't want to hear workout talk. It's boring.
No, listen to me. Keep it simple. Look, by the time I got a gym at home. By the time I used to put on my gym clothes.
I don't care anymore. Sam, I don't care.
You got to hear
care anymore.
Your viewers want to hear this.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
By the time I put my gym clothes on and drove to the gym, I was already tired. Okay. So right now, I just work out of my freaking
Sounding
pajamas.
like herbs. Yes.
No excuse. No excuse for you, brother. No excuse for you.
What?
12 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah. A day?
Duh. I mean,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Minimum.
Well, brother, I'm trying to keep my weight up, and because to take some of the pressure off my wife. And I do put her on the scale.
Trying to keep your weight up.
Yeah. I don't want to put pressure on her, because a lot of women look at me, and the hotter I am, the more, the more. But I do put her on the scale, because I'm telling you, with these wives, if you give them 5 pounds, they'll take 10. It's a joke. Just right now, I lost every woman. Who cares? What do the broads know anyway? Am I right?
Yeah. And your viewers know that.
I got dogs.
Hey, brother, your viewers know that our wives are the bosses, right? They know
Your
that.
wife is. Well, my wife is super hot. Your wife is. Can I say super hot?
Well, of course, but our wives are the bosses.
Sam, what do you think of your fans when you meet them? They line up. You're like you sign for free. I couldn't believe the stuff you were signing for free. Anyway, I mean, these other guys are. Harry Hamlin is charging. What is he charging? $40-$50?
Yeah, no, I don't normally charge for free unless there's a.
But you make money selling stuff, and your collectibles are very hot. I've got a bunch of stuff that I paid for.
Well, I didn't charge you, Mancow.
No, but I'm saying.
Oh, I thought I did charge you. Okay, you owe me then.
No. I'm just you've been very generous, but your stuff is very hot. Flash Gordon, the movie. Sam, would you agree? When the movie came out, if you look at a marquee, can you hear me? Okay. When you look at a marquee, from what year did Flash Gordon come out?
Filmed in 79, came out Christmas 81, Christmas 80, carried over into 81.
Okay, I think in modern times, in our lifetimes, people that are alive right now, certainly we can go back to, the Gone with the Wind era, and there was a couple of years there that was some of the best cinema ever. For me, in my life, in 70s cinema moves too slow for me. I know that's considered the golden age, but it's too slow and the music sucks. To me, the greatest year in my life, if you look at the movies that came out, was 1982. What were you up against? What movies were you up against?
I never, it's crazy. I don't know if it was the being a Southern boy or if the Marine Corps taught me. It's funny about I never looked at anybody or anything as my competition. It's not an arrogant statement. When I walked into a room, even now, we don't normally walk into rooms with a whole bunch of guys. It's either an offer or we do the audition on our iPhone. But back then in the 80s and 90s, 70s, 80s and 90s, when we walked into a lobby waiting to go audition with 20, 30 guys that we all looked exactly alike, I never thought, oh my God, look at this competition. I didn't think that way. I thought, well, if they want Sam J. Jones, they're going to get Sam J. Jones. If they don't, they're going to get somebody else.
My point is the movie, to me, and I've heard a lot of people say this, is better in 2022 than it was when it came out. You were up against so much. There was so much other stuff. Now you realize how great it was. Kind of like Three Amigos came out and nobody cared. Caddyshack, people have fought with me over this. Caddyshack was a flop. The guy that brought us Caddyshack committed suicide. That's how big of a flop it was. And people fight with me and then they look at it and they go, it's true.
Wow.
Because we had so much stuff going on when Flash came out. I know it did very well. I know they wanted you for a sequel and all of that. My point is the movie is, oh, great. Yeah, this is good. Let's play that. This movie, I think, is better. Go ahead, play it. I think this movie is better now. Can you turn up the sound? Better than ever.
The planet
Look at this. Look how beautiful this is.
It's an attack.
Pathetic earthlings. Who can save you now?
Can you turn it up?
Flash, I'll kill you.
Let's all team up and fight him.
Prepare for torture.
I want him.
Stop it now.
I love you, but we only have 14 hours to save the
Okay,
Earth.
get rid of it now. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Still alive.
Get rid of it.
Gordon's
Duty.
alive.
Gordon's alive. Hey, the girl, Sam, this is horrible. But the bad girl, Ming's daughter,
Yes.
the body on her.
What's that?
The body on her when I was a boy.
Oh, yeah. Ornella Muti. No, wonderful. I mean, all the ladies. Did you see how scantily clad everybody, all the ladies were dressed, how scantily clad dressed they were. And remember, a lot of people don't know that production design was by Dinelli Donati, who did all the Fellini movies. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at
the music. Did you like, you're a Southern boy? Did you like the music? Did you like the Queen soundtrack?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a, I'm more of a CCR, Creedence Clearwater, Stones, country western, blues. But yeah, I mean,
I like both kinds of music, country and western. Who's your favorite country music artist?
Who?
Who's your favorite country music artist?
I mean,
you like Randy Travis?
I just can't get that. I just can't get that song out of my head.
Which one?
Redneck Woman. Can't get that song out of my head for years, man. What's that lady's name?
It's a good one. It's a good one. Sam, did you like doing the movie Ted? And then I'm going to say goodbye here. We're wrapping it up. Did you like the movie Ted?
Of course.
Do you have the space? Do you have the space scooter? Do you have any version of the space scooter?
Yes, I own two of the rocket cycles. Not the original from Flash, but I own the exact duplicate replica that was made in TED. But I said I have two, but one we can't find because it's missing. Okay.
Do you have one of the footballs? Do you have one of the green footballs?
No, but I've got a huge
collection.
A collection of over 1,000 items. I'm getting ready to put into a museum. Well,
okay. Moody was my favorite. Where is Lizzo in that? I don't know. It's King the Merciless. Yes. Gretchen Wilson. I don't know why somebody said Gretchen Wilson. Black Hole at the same time. Boy, was that movie rough. And I love the cast in that. That movie. Boy, remember the hype around Disney's Black Hole? And then then they did, of course, the adult version of it, which, a triple X-rated version. Horrible. Sam, let's end with this. And then I'll tell you what the number one sport is, the fastest growing sport in America. But let's end with this, my friend. I love you. I hope the show isn't too racy. Tell me, give me, what's the best advice somebody gave you? Best acting advice, best life advice, best advice about women, best advice about anything.
Well, what I tell people now, let's keep it real. And if the good Lord puts somebody in front of us, and they're hurting, let's not say somebody else will take care of it. So my descriptive line, my phrase I use for me now is, if not me, then who? If not you, brother, then who? So we got to stop taking offense and just start, building people up. A lot of hurting people. And let's get over ourselves. Let's get over our feelings and get over ourselves. We are being used mightily if we just get our eyes off ourselves and look at the people around us who just need, even if it's, sometimes we don't even have to say anything. Just say, hey, brother, how you doing, man? Just a smile a lot of times, or a big hug or something. That's all we need. People need to know that they are valued. And I am sick and tired of the message across America and other countries. Oh, you have no value. Oh, you have no freedom. Oh, you're dependent on us. No, that's a bunch of hogwash.
But what did they say during the pandemic? Essential workers. Essential. Yeah. I was deemed essential. Yeah, but imagine the person who was deemed not UFC. Okay, so Mr. Orvis or Mrs. Orvis, lacrosse. That's Brian O'Connell. These are things that I guess I'm going to tell you before I say goodbye to Sam. I'm going to tell you what the fastest growing sport is. I want to tell you about the man I fell in love with. I had dinner Saturday night. Sam, I wish you had been there with Fred Dreyer and
he's wonderful. He's wonderful.
And Tom Skerritt from the star of Alien. Yeah. And
business card. Did he give you a business card?
Yes. And then Bobby is it Bobby Darin or Jimmy Darin? Jimmy Darin.
James Darin.
Jimmy Darin record out there. Will you? And who else was there? Oh my God. Mike Starr was there. You know Mike Starr, right?
James. John Hurley. Wait, John Hurley?
No, James John. Yeah, Hurley wasn't there from Seinfeld. He wasn't there. This guy was there from one of the Irwin Allen shows. What was it? Voice of the Bottom of the Sea. And he had a lot of hit albums. Anyway, let me just tell you. I said I fell in love with a guy. I had a guy named Shep Gordon who was Pink Floyd's manager, manages Alice Cooper, and he took me aside about 10 years ago. And the Loop had made me an offer. It's a rock and roll radio station. He said, and I said no. And Shep talked to me, and he was with Johnny Depp, and we were in L.A. And he said, Mancow, do it. Do it. Do it. And Shep is friends with the not the Buddha. Who am I thinking of? The Dalai Lama. And I told him, and quickly, guys, this is good stuff. Don't tune out yet. I could just 10 more seconds. This is ending. But quickly, I said to the Dalai Lama, I said, I think about sex. I see beautiful women, I want to have sex. And I started, and what is that all about? And he stopped me and he goes, ego. And then I said, I get knocked down, but man, I get up and I fight. Man, I'm a fighter. He goes, stop. And now I don't go where I'm tolerated. I go where I'm celebrated. I force myself into some situations, and they didn't want me there, but I got whatever. I'm Mancow. I bull in the china shop, and you want to go where you're loved and wanted. And if you don't feel loved and wanted where you are, leave. And even if that's your house right now, and I'm telling you, I think about my brothers, and 10 years older than me, 18 years old, slamming my head. My brother John, 18 years old. I'm 8 years old, slamming my head into a floor until my head bleeds. It's just brothers. It's just brothers. And I looked at my 8-year-olders and I thought, wow. And I called, I said, that wasn't right what you did to me. That wasn't right. Fuck you. Wow. Don't be such a pussy. Wow. That's what I got. So when you talk about love and nurturing, yeah. And look, you don't get here where I'm from, brother. And I know we all have our cross to bear. And thank God for yesterday. Thank God for Easter.
Are you forgiving your brother? You got to forgive your brother. Doesn't mean
I forgive him. If I saw him now, I would hug him. I don't need him in my life. I'm happier without him in my life. Well, these people that treat you like garbage and they go, I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, I don't need that. So go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Imagine someone 16, 17 years old beating up a 5-year-older. I mean, beating. Yeah. What's what brothers do, man. Yeah.
Well, we have to forgive.
I had a comedian
that have done us wrong. It doesn't mean, like you said, it doesn't mean we have to be their buddy. But the misunderstanding and the lie behind unforgiveness is, oh no, I'm going to keep holding unforgiveness because I want them.
You don't need them in your life.
I want them to be tormented. No, that's not. No, when we hold unforgiveness towards someone, we're the ones being tormented. Not
you're drinking poison. We're hurt them, and they don't even feel it. Look, it's a freedom.
It's liberation when we go and forgive them. Doesn't mean we need to hang out.
Rob Schneider, the copy machine guy from SNL. I hated the guy. He was very mean to me when I met him, and I said you were very mean to me, and I wouldn't let him on my show for a decade. And he said, yeah. He goes, brother, he said, I had two naked, and this is true because I saw the girls. He goes, I had 2 naked girls in bed, and I got you knocking on my door wanting to hang out. Sorry. He goes, guess what? I'd do it again. And I went, oh, okay. I guess. See you later. You're right. Boy, I was mad for no reason. So, but I wanted to get to a point. I talked about falling in love with a man. Larry Elder asked me how old I was. He ran for governor of California.
Right.
And he had a very successful radio show on Salem Broadcasting, a show that I would listen to every day on my way into work. And he said, Mancow, you're too great a voice. Don't give up. Don't stop. I said, no, I'm having fun. I hated the last 2 years of radio. Oh my God, the censorship that went on. He goes, and find someplace. I said, well, I'm doing my podcast. Anyway, he's encouraging me to do more, as you people are encouraging me to do more. I just want to tell you, like meeting Shep Gordon and Johnny Depp, and he told me, I said, I got this offer at the Loop. No, do it. Make people happy. They need laughter. And anyway, I'm just telling you, God puts people in your life. Sam and I had a Holy Ghost moment. We pulled over crying with Pastor Nathan Murray, and God will show up when you ask, and God's timing is not our timing. It may not happen the way you want, but God will show up. And I love you, Sam, and thank you for your friendship, and thank all of you folks for all your kind words. I wish you nothing but I want to say, the Bible says this, the lion roars in the morning and at night, and you probably wake up sometimes and you have a little bit of fear. You go to bed at night and you have a little fear about your bills or your family, or my God, what am I going to do? That ain't God. And just pray your way through it. And I also love, we're talking about Solomon. I love King Solomon says, better to live on the roof of your house than inside with a quarrelsome woman.
Yes.
So there you go. All right. Fastest throwing sport. I'm going to tell you, Sam, you ready?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Throwing sport. You ready?
Yes.
Wait. Is Mancow CIA? Brother, I'm the farthest thing from CIA. Are you kidding me? I think they ought to get rid of the CIA. All right, you ready? Sam, I love you. Goodbye. Pickleball. Have you ever heard of pickleball?
I guess you try to keep it away from somebody, right?
try to keep it away from here. I don't want to know. Oh, hey, Frankenstein, no, look at the people. Look at the people. Over here, look at the people. This is the Lion's Den. I hope you knew that before you tuned in. This is where the angels and the devils fight, and they're choosing up sides. Tonight, me, I'm part man, part monkey, part mystery. And the angels and the devils are playing tug of war with my personality. But tonight, God wins, and God will always win. I love you. God bless. Good night.